What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new installment of the 3DT series, where I'm attempting to play through and show you guys all the amazing courses on GSPro, hopefully eventually, by, as the name implies, playing 3 holes per course, usually holes 1, 9, and 18, which we are in fact doing here today at a course I've already played because this was the most recent course for Thursday Night Thunder. If you guys aren't familiar with that is, a bunch of guys in the Discord. My Discord server, the Hosel Rocket Golf Discord server, there's a link in the description if you want to join it. Really good, fun banter, great guys, go back and forth about golf, simulated golf, a bunch of stuff. But in any event, every Thursday, they kind of wanted to continue on from the Rocket Cup that me and Flying Fat Kid did a few months back. And pretty much every Thursday, I think they haven't missed one. Commissioner Craig is on top of it with scheduling and finding people to play. But pretty much every single Thursday, I think every Thursday since the Rocket Cup, usually get 4 to 8 guys together to play a fun scramble event. And this was the course that we did last week because this is Sticeman. If it's going to piss, let it piss. Sticeman, the owner proprietor of Stice Golf. This is his home course that actually got built, which he was very, very happy about. Ole Miss Golf Course. So for today's video, we're going through the Ole Miss Golf Course in Oxford, Mississippi, designed by 1970K Austin. Really, really good job. Pretty challenging course from when we played. Kind of similar to what they just did for the FedEx Championship. There's a lot of deep rough, which doesn't really look like it. Most of these other courses will play regular rough, but good amount of deep rough. I would say somewhat narrow and challenging, but also fair. Pretty cool course, but shout out to Sticeman. I know he's over the moon that he's able to play his home course now on GSPro, but we're going to see how we can do. Hopefully shoot even par through the 3 holes, playing the furthest back tees like always. We'll go through the settings quick. Course recommended settings like always, but we're doing normal greens, normal fairways, 11 stimp, blue tees, which are the furthest back at 69.09, Friday pins, course elevation at 430 feet, 8-foot gimmies, and I have my auto aim turned on just to make it a little bit quicker. I did have to break stuff down, and then I just put it up before this. I actually just got done filming the Ask Echo bag that I won in the Bogey's Backyard League. Definitely go play that if you guys aren't a part of Bogey's Backyard League. He's very, very generous, gives away really nice prizes every single week. And I was actually able to win a bag for my new cart bag from my dad, which I just filmed it, so I actually still have my clubs in it. A little bit different from what I'm used to looking at my bag. But shout out to Bogey's Backyard. Also shout out to Big Dog. He was kind enough to offer it if he ended up winning to my dad, which, funny enough, we both ended up winning, which is crazy how that happened. But in any event, let's get into it. First hole, par 4. Sky looks really cool. 362 yards, down 10 to the flyover. I'll be honest, I took about 5 warm-up swings between approach wedge, 8-iron, and driver. So we'll see how it goes. I ordered a new driver, which is supposed to be delivered tomorrow. I got a QI10 8-degree LS head, which is kind of comparable to this Sim 2 8-degree. That happened to be the best price on it anyway, so it was kind of that or nothing. But I got a different shaft, which I'm looking forward to testing out. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be out here and testing out that new driver, dialing the settings. Should be fun. New toy in the bag. But we're still with the Sim 2. Been struggling with this as of late. The heavier shaft now, I'm using a hazardous 70-gram shaft instead of the 60-gram that was in there. A little bit heavier. Ball speed's down a little bit, but a little more stable. And instead of 8 down to 6, I have it just 8 playing standard. So that last one, for example, ball speed was down a little bit, but we got 261 carry. That was on the range with 2,500 spin compared to my miss lately, which has been sub 1,000 spin, just nose diving off the planet, which will probably happen out of one of these 3 drives here today. But let's go ahead and move ourselves over. Aim down here. I actually had to take, GSPro was a little bit wonky. We played with 8 people, which is the most you can play. I actually had to hit 2 tee shots when we played Flying Fat Kid. Didn't get to hit. And I actually hit 2 decent ones. One of them was off this tree. The other one was a little bit better. But basically just aiming down here towards the right and hopefully get something into play here. Oh, wow. Okay. So that is a good example of why I pulled the trigger on a new driver. I've been having some weird reads as of late. Some of them are definitely with irons. It's definitely the square. But sometimes with driver too, like that one's 6,100. Obviously, that's not right. So it's either that I have a suspicion that this driver may be partially cracked or starting to get cracked. It's either this driver is actually cracked and I'm having super erratic balls or spin numbers, super high and super low, which could be contributing to it. Either that or that's a misread from the square. Either way, that was hit better than 221, and it definitely wasn't 6,100 RPMs with a 8-degree head. In any event, we'll find out here once I get the new driver. If we see any of these weird spin numbers, then I know it's a square. If not, then I know that possibly this driver is either cracked or partially cracked, and it was a good decision buying a new driver. But any event, leaves us with 116 up 8. So normal greens, we're at 124. Probably want to land this about 120. We'll go choke down, pitch and wedge. We'll aim just a little bit right about there. All that to say, I was going back and forth with, you guys have seen my struggles with driver. I think 95% it's me and my swing, but the fact that I went from hitting it the best of my life to not being able to get off the tee, either outside or in here for the past 2 weeks, it's been a little bit better now with the heavier, more stable shaft. But something like that really makes me scratch my head and say, all right, that's either the square or it's the driver at 6,100, because that 100% did not happen there. But I digress. Choke down, pitch and wedge. I took too much off it. All right. A little 60-degree here, 12 yards. Tell you what, that Ask Echo bag, like I said, I just did a video on it, so I left all my clubs in there just to be able to do this video, maybe one more kind of quick without putting everything back in my bag. But it is a good amount taller. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I have to like get the club like up and over my head to be able to get it out of the bag. And I'm going to put it in the comments. I think you guys will see the bag video first. But one thing I forgot to mention, and I almost debated putting it at the end, but I'll put it in the comments. Because this is a 14-way divider, all individual pockets with the rubber, it's meant not to jingle and have any bag rattle. There is no place for a like either a crap. I have a Ping I2 here, 1982 3-iron, just I use as like a punch-out club if I'm in like near like rocks or roots or something. I don't want to mess up my nice 770s or 790s. I have a punch-out club. There's really no spot for this. I kind of had to jam this in the middle, and there's definitely no spot if you guys have. I have a metal ball retriever that I like sticking in there. There's really no spot for that. So I guess that's the one downside. I kind of realized that after I finished recording it. But if you do have a ball retriever similar to this, I'll probably end up, I may end up getting one of these bags depending on how my dad likes it. But if I do, I'll probably get one of those collapsible ones that go in the pocket. But I have this one in my bag, and there's definitely no spot for it to put in the bag the way it is, which maybe you have one, maybe you don't, but that was really the only downside I could probably think about this bag. It is really nice. Again, shout out to Bogey's Backyard. But 12 yards, we got 4 to the front. Really only need about that, 4 or 5 yards. Okay. Was I in the rough? I hit it 6 yards. It only came up short. Wasn't expecting that. I thought that was going to be pretty good. Now, par putt. We got an 11-footer on 11 stimps. I didn't hit any putts, so I don't know if my laser level is exactly perfect. I guess we'll see here if it's a significant pull or push, but hopefully we can get this to drop for a par. Uh, 0.8, but we got to drop. All right, we were close enough to where that 0.8 of a push still got to go. We'll take the par. Second hole, 9th hole, par 4, 383. Some pretty big dog legs on this course on some of the holes, but let's hit the flyover, see what we're working with. Still kind of got that, whoa, flying through the trees. Got that darker sky here. Looks like the rain may be coming on old Sticeman over in Mississippi. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, I turned the sound off. I think the fight song was playing. Stice played that on his phone anyways for the stream. It was funny. He said he would put up if we get in trouble with YouTube for the music. But I did have it muted. I was wondering why I wasn't getting the ding for the square. All right, it seems like the song probably just plays once, and then it's over, and now we're back to birds. So I should have my ding now if I move the ball. There we go. Helps when you don't have your audio for your computer muted, but can't risk getting into any trouble with some of the designers. It's really cool. I'm glad that they do it. Between like Jurassic Park kind of courses or like a fight song like this or anything else in between, it's cool that they can add the music, but for someone like me doing videos on YouTube, they're not super friendly with, even if it's just in the background, kind of quiet. They don't like you playing songs that you don't have the rights to, which I get it, but had to mute it. Anyways, put something out here. Oh, low in the face. All right, that one for low and Healy. That spin makes a little more sense, but that was way lower and way heelier than the last strike. That was half the spin as 2,600. Leaves us with, what is that, 116? Deep rough. This is kind of what I was talking about. Possibly I may have been in the deep rough before around the green. I didn't even look. 116 up, either 16 or 18. I can't quite make that out. So call it 130 and then another 30. So 160. We'll hit a, I'm just going to go through these trees. We're going to hit an 8-iron. I don't know if it's going to get through here or not, but try to play like a 160-ish shot. Oh, I scolded it right off the tree. All right, regular rough this time. Leaves us with 32. This thing's kind of down in a bowl. Take a look at this heat map. This looks kind of way crazy. I was about to say wild and crazy at the same time. It's going to come out left, aim a little bit right. Try to hit this about 25, 30 yards here with the 56, I think. All right, 28.9, that's all we needed. 2 pars in a row. Honestly, this is going a little bit better than expected, but I didn't play yesterday, so no real excuses in terms of fatigue and all that stuff. So even through 2. Third and final hole, 18th hole, par 4, 350. This was the point of the match. I don't remember as many of these holes in the back. This is the point of the match where it was almost over. We ended up losing by 1, but we had a glitch in GSPro. We had to stop on the 16th hole, then we went back out, loaded it back up on the 17th, and played 18. So they were up by 1, and at this point, I guess there was still a chance if we won it, but those guys were playing good. Congrats on their win. I don't remember what I did here. Probably wasn't great. And I was spent a lot of time laughing at Flying Fat Kid being a goofball. All right, we'll aim over there. Can we hit a good drive? Not bad. We were supposed to draw. It was a little bit heely again. It's down there, though. Good spin numbers. Ball speed, again, a little bit lower just because of the heavier shaft, but I'll take that. I'll lose maybe with the other shaft that was 10 grams lighter. Maybe that would have been 155, so maybe an extra 2.5 miles an hour at ball speed. Maybe that would have been 270, 275 raw. But if I can do that and be a little more stable, the shaft that I have coming with the QI10 is also on the heavier side, so we'll see how it works out. We got some tinkering to do. Deep rough, 84 up 12. So playing 96 and then another 20. So we'll go like a 3/4 pitch and wedge. We'll go full approach wedge. I think we got about a 116 pin. Got to land it about maybe 110-ish. We'll see how that comes out of the deep rough. 112. All right, good club selection. I will take that. So, birdie there on the final hole, 18th hole, from the Ole Miss Golf Course in Oxford, Mississippi, designed. Great job by 1970K Austin. I know Stice Man, Stice Golf. Shout out to him as well. Member of the channel, great supporter, great guy. Starting to play those baby draws, heck of a player. Really good guy, fun to play with. I know he's already sent his compliments as well for how good of a job 1970K Austin did on this course, and just the fact that he's now able to play his home course, which all these world famous courses, the CE Sim Golf's courses of the world and GSPro, those are all awesome, but it is a different experience when you're able to play your home course, something that like you know like the back of your hand. Seadrum was kind enough to do one of the local courses around here. It is really, really cool seeing it come together on GSPro, saying, wow, this guy nailed it. This looks exactly like it does in real life. And you say, oh, I've been over here. I've been left on this tee. I've been over here in the trees. It really brings up the simulator experience a notch. But we ended up 1 under through the 3 holes. So par on 1, par on 9, birdie on 18. We'll go ahead and take a look at the stats. 2 pars, 1 birdie, 249 longest drive and average. 153, that's the same because we only hit 1 out of 3 fairways. Besides that misread, that last drive wasn't too bad. It was supposed to draw, but that was a little bit better. 18 feet of putting, 3 putts, 18 minutes on the gameplay, 1 out of 3 greens regulation, and 1 out of 3 fairways. So there you guys have it. Shout out to Stice Man. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing me play your course one more time. Really, really cool course, and I know he was over the moon with having it, so I figured good opportunity to showcase to maybe some other people, maybe in the Mississippi area that have played it or heard of it. Really cool. Glad it's available on GSPro. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Shout out to the members. Like I always say, you can see everyone's name scrolling down below. Stice Man is, in fact, a member of the channel. Greatly, greatly appreciate the additional support. And like I always say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next course.